Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. We are back, I tell you. Happy Saturday. Isn't Saturday wonderful? It's like, the week is done and now we can relax. But then you say, gosh, we still have to cook, right? Yes, we still have to cook. If you are brand new, welcome. Cindy's Kitchen is a cooking community. We cook, we laugh, we chitty chat every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on Facebook Live at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you have a friend that's not on Facebook and would like to watch this, and usually an edited version, head on over to our YouTube channel, also called Cindy's Kitchen. Good morning. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to put hashtag replay. And if you're brand new, say hello and tell us where you're from. Good morning, Julie. How are you? Joe. Joanne and I were just on the More Polish Pottery shopping show. Hello, Brenda. Sue, you're here. Good morning. Hello, Carolyn from Missouri. Britt from Stillwater. Good to see you. Hello, Vicki Albright. Good morning. Jackie, are you excited not to be working today? Good morning, Lori and Brenda. Yes, today we are celebrating Jessica's birthday, even though it was last Wednesday. Snowy Chicagoland. Oh my, good morning. Hey, Linda Sue from Illinois. Good morning, Mom. I otherwise known as Charlene. Hey, Lois. Good morning. Gail, so good to see you. I know. Hi, Janet and Anne from the UK. We're all doing well. Victoria, good morning. Lois, Southern Wisconsin, good to see you. Hey, Darlene. Yeah, I'm sure Jackie works in my husband's office. And so it's been crazy, I know. You ordered the covered baker? Oh, the really pretty one that looks like Monet? Oh, I'm jealous if you did. Hey, Deb, cold in North Carolina. Janet, thank you for wishing her a happy birthday. Lois Ann, good morning. Joan from Illinois. She's my sous chef. She is. All right, let's get started. Before we get started, though, let me say this. As a birthday present to Jessica, we are only missing, to get all the states in the United States, we are only missing 4 states to have viewers in all the states. Good morning, Esther. Hey, Janice. Okay, and so here are the states we need. We need Nevada, Montana, Vermont, and Wyoming. Those are the only 4 states we need. So if you are from one of those states, if you're in one of those states, not like, oh, I used to live there kind of a deal, or you have a friend, maybe, then please say that you're from there, because Jessica would love to be able to say, we've hit all the states. All right. So let's get started, shall we? Now, both of these recipes that we're doing today on Cindy's Kitchen are repeats, but they're the ones that she loved and the ones that she wanted to do. Hey, Diane from West Michigan. So before we get started, everyone raise your coffee mug. Mine is in a beautiful it's an Irish Meadow Bistro mug today. Pretty, right? Everybody raise your mugs, whether you're drinking coffee, tea, soda, water, whatever it may be. And let's do our cheers or our coffee clinks. Cheers. Last sip and we'll get going. Coffee. All right, we're gonna start with our tamale pie. Now, this is a little disingenuous with the name. I always think the name of a recipe ought to have in it what it says. So if you listen, a tamale pie should actually have tamales in it, shouldn't it? But this one doesn't. But this one tastes like a tamale, which is why it's called tamale pie, because it has those ingredients that you would find in a tamale. Okay, now, cheers with your Diet Dr. Pepper, I bet. Yep. Okay, so, Diet Dew. Maybe it's Diet Mountain Dew. I'm using a big old bowl today. Like, I'm talking massively big old bowl. You need a big bowl for this. Now, this particular recipe makes a big 9x13. Or today, I'm using this one. And this is a 10.5 by 10.5 because it's a square. So instead of a 9 by 13, I'm using a big deep square, 3 inches deep, because this is a deep casserole. So you don't want to use anything shallow. All right? Now, the first thing you're going to need is 2 pounds, I tell you, of cooked hamburger meat. So it should be cooked and seasoned. That's your trash scrap bowl. There you go. Good morning, Michelle. 2 pounds. Now, if you watched Thursday's show, we did Hamburger Magic, where I steamed a big old tube of 5 pounds of hamburger meat. And then once it was cooled, then I separated it into bags. So this morning, I got out of my freezer bag, I defrosted the hamburger meat, and poof, 2 pounds of cooked hamburger meat. There you go. Good morning, Irene. Now, when I did the steamed meat, because, you know, all the grease goes down and then we don't have to eat all that nasty, gross stuff, I didn't season it. I mean, a little salt and pepper, but that was it. Because this is going to be a Mexican dish, I am going to add a tablespoon or 2 of taco seasoning. You can use your own taco seasoning, whatever you have, but if you'd like my recipe for taco seasoning, remember we made this on Thursday's show as well, right? Hey, Lorena, good morning. I know, Janice, isn't it good? So I'm going to put 1 to 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning in my meat. If you did not do Hamburger Magic and you're having to cook your hamburger, put your taco seasoning in as you're cooking it, okay? So, cooked, 2 pounds, cooked hamburger meat. Preheat your oven, 350 degrees, and then get your dish, whatever your dish is, and give it a spray. I don't always spray my Polish pottery because I really never have a problem with it sticking, but I want you to get in the habit of doing it. It's snowing in Kentucky. Oh my goodness. You know, in Texas, you never know. Like in the span of a week, we had like slushy snow. 2 days ago, it was 70 degrees. This morning, it was 35. Really? Really? I just ordered the stainless steel pans this AM. Thanks for the meat idea. Oh, the steamer. I love it. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna bake this in. This is one of the easiest recipes known to man. Ready? If you already have your hamburger meat down. All right, 2 pounds of hamburger meat in our bowl. We are gonna use 1 can of corn. Dump. Now I did drain it. You gotta drain all these, okay? 1 can of corn. 1 can of pinto beans. You don't like pinto beans? Use black beans. Great Northern beans. Ranch style beans, whatever beans you have, but do drain. See, they're drained and rinsed. In they go, okay? Just dump. Is this like the queen of dump meals? A can of diced tomatoes. This says petite diced tomatoes. Diced tomatoes, drained. Want to use Rotel? You certainly can. Or diced tomatoes with green chilies. All right, so there we go. And 1 can of red enchilada sauce. Red enchilada sauce. Again, did you see that? We just dumped it all in a bowl. Now, I have my Danish batter whisk, but you can use a big wooden spoon, or kidney beans would work, yes. Whatever kind of beans you have and that you love. Now, we're just gonna give this a big old stir. This is a complete meal. Look, we've got meat, we've got beans, we've got corn, we've got tomatoes. Yum, yum, yum. If you don't have corn, but you'd like to use hominy, you could do that. You could do whatever your little heart desires. Okay, here we go. Ugh. Remember, you can use a 9 by 13. I'm using a 10.5 by 10.5 square, okay? Is there an issue, Miss Jess? Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm just dumping. Look at that. The whole thing is dumping. It's a dump recipe. I like dump recipes, don't you? Okay, there we go. In we go. And then we're just gonna spread it out. La, la, la. You were waiting for me to sing, weren't you? Hey, Jenny, good morning. La, la, la. Remember, if anybody is new, make sure you say hello and tell us where you're from. All right. There we go. See that? Now, I still have 1 inch left from the top, which is what I need. I have lovely cookware. Melissa, it is Polish pottery. from Poland, and I buy it all from my friend Rebecca, who imports it. She's an importer. She imports it all from Bolesławia, Poland, and her website is morepolishpottery.com. Or you can download her app, More Polish Pottery, and it's much easier. There you go. All right, so it's all on there. But now we need a topping, don't we? A good cook, a non-lazy cook, would now take the bowl that we mixed all that in and would go and wash it. Or we'd get another bowl. Lazy cook is just gonna use the bowl I already did because it's a dump recipe. I don't wanna make this too difficult. I am using 2 packages of the Jiffy corn muffin mix. Is it difficult to make cornbread? No. Cornbread is easy to make. Hey, Glenise, good to see you. Cornbread is like easy peasy to make. But because it's a dump recipe, we're dumping, okay? 1 package, 2 packages. Now, some of you, I know you're gonna say this, or maybe you're saying it to yourself, like my mom is watching, and she's like, that's a lot of food. If you live by yourself, or you're just cooking for 2, this might seem like you don't want to eat tamale pie for weeks, right? Michael Milton, add your name to this cooking site. Yes, I agree. All right, now we're just gonna add the ingredients. Hold on. The side of the bowl got icky so I'm gonna do this. There we go. So I don't get it all over my hands. All right, so the ingredients call on one of these, 1 egg and 1/3 cup of milk. So, of course, we're gonna add 2/3 cup of milk because we added 2 packages, and we're gonna add 2 eggs, okay? 2 eggs, 1 egg, and 2 eggs. Ta and da, look at that. Okay. Hey, Tommy, you're here. Hello, Rebecca at More Polish Pottery. All right, so what else do we need? Oh, we have our 2 eggs, we have our 2/3 cup of milk, our 2 packages of Jiffy corn mix. We're also going to put in, this is a 4-ounce can of diced green chilies. In the cornbread mix? Well, of course, yes. And then, for the last thing, we're gonna put in shredded cheese. Now, this is a Mexican blend, but if you just have cheddar, I always say 2 big handfuls, but there you go. There was about 2 handfuls left in here. And yes, that show was fun this morning. Hello, Gilbert. Okay, so there we go. Now, remember, I didn't wash my bowl. Sorry, didn't wash the bowl. Now we're just gonna give this a stir and mix all this up again. I love this recipe because even though some of you are saying that's way too much food for somebody cooking for themselves or somebody who's just cooking for 2, I'm gonna show you, once I get this put in the oven, how this makes cooking very easy, okay? All right, there we go. Look at that, all mixed together. So it's almost like a Mexican cornbread that's gonna be on top, right? All right, I am going to, look at this. I'm gonna use my ladle. It does. Okay, so I'm just gonna ladle this on top so that I can then spread it all over. La, la, la. Again, you can do this in a 9x13, which is the size that most people have, right? If you're using the More Polish Pottery, what Rebecca calls the lasagna pan, that is actually a 10x12. But come on, let's do the math. 9x13, 10x12, same thing. As long as it's at least 3 inches deep, because you see how deep this is, right? All right, I'm just gonna use the back of my ladle and spread it all around so that it covers our meat. So 2 pounds of cooked hamburger meat, right? With some taco seasoning. Then we did a can of corn, a can of diced tomatoes, a can of pinto beans, and a can of red enchilada sauce. Mixed it all together. Then we made our cornbread topping. Look at that. Ta and da. Is that gorgeous? Nita, good morning. You like la la la. Brenda, la la la. There we go. Just for you. La la la. All right, so there we go. 350 degree oven for 30 minutes. What we're wanting here is the cornbread to be done and browned, okay? So if you need to do a little toothpick in the top to make sure that the cornbread is done, just don't dip all the way down in, because then you'll get the yummy enchilada meat stuff on the bottom. Okay, in the oven, here we go. All right. Now, so here's what I'm going to show you. We're not going to taste it just yet, but I'm going to show you something. Oh, hot. Warm, warm, very warm, very warm. I made a batch this morning already. Before you got here, I made a batch while I was watching Rebecca's show. And here's what I did. Instead of, if you're cooking for 1 or 2, then here's an option for you. Instead of using a 9 by 13, a 10 by 12, or that 10.5 by 10.5 square, what I did is I have 2 of these square pans, and these are the 8-inch square pans, and then I have a 9 by 6 oval pan, okay? So here you go, look, here's a little baby one, 8 by 8. So that would be perfect for 1 person or 2. Same with this size, okay? You don't have to do things in squares or rectangles, really. You can do things in ovals or circles. So there we go. No, so I made the exact same amount, the exact same recipe, but I divided it between these 3. So now you have some options. You could go ahead and cook it if you wanted to, and then let it cool down, and then you could freeze it, or you could go ahead and put it together but not bake it, cover it, and freeze it. Because remember, Polish pottery goes in the freezer too. So we will taste this in just a moment, but we have to make dessert. Now, I let Rebecca spill the beans. That next Tuesday is a big day. It is not only Rebecca's birthday, which is a big deal, then it is also the 200th episode of Cindy's Kitchen. Can you believe it? 200. How many of you have been on with us since we started last March? How many of you? Tell me if you have been around for the whole 200, because that's a big deal. Big 200. Anyway, good morning, Ann. Hey, yeah, I know, right? Hey, Casey, Marla, good to see you. So I'm very excited. I don't know exactly what we're going to do for the food, but maybe you guys could give me some suggestions on maybe a recipe that we did on Cindy's Kitchen that you really loved. So tell us. Yep, Debbie's been, Joanne, Lois, Christine, Michelle, Vicky. There's a whole bunch of you that have been around from the beginning. Thank you so much for sticking around. Well, Jackie, you can always watch the reruns, right? Kim, I'm so glad. Thank you, Debbie. All right, we got to start. So here's what you do. You can put it in here, and if there is a recipe that you really liked that we made on the show, then you put it down, and that's what we'll make on Tuesday. So I'll go through and see what everybody wants us to cook, and that's what we'll cook. How about that? Good morning, Alicia. All right, so let's do dessert, shall we? Now, for dessert, you have some options. If you say, now, this, let me just tell you how big this one is. This is a 10 by 7. So a 10 by 8 or a 10 by 7 is about, thank you, Darlene. That's okay, doesn't matter whether it's during or after. A 10 by 7 or a 10 by 8 is about the size that you need. But again, and that's what I'm gonna make it in. This is one of the shapes she showed this morning, right? But again, if you wanted to, now this is another shape she showed this morning. This is the one that she cooks her meatloaf in. So you can see, I wanna show you. See how this fits inside? See? So you can see the size difference. So the bottom one is a little shallower than the other one. The other one is deeper. So if you wanted to divide this up and give half to a friend or freeze half or whatever, thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Linda Sue. You could do these pans, right? And divide it into two. Or you could just do one. And so I'm just gonna do one. This is like my favorite size. Anyway, all right, let's give it a spray just in case. We're gonna preheat our oven to 325, a little lower temperature, all right? This is a dump recipe too. Today is all about dumping. I should have put dump recipes. I thought that it was really cool that Jessica picked all dump stuff. I was like, wow, these are the easiest recipes ever. So, all right, here we go. We have to start with some butter. Oh, and I didn't melt this first. That's bad. We're gonna need, that's bad, 4 tablespoons or a half a stick of butter. Now, a lot of you, when I'm making desserts, all say, should I use unsalted butter or salted butter? I'm gonna cut those into quarters and stick it out in the microwave. One moment, please. We'll do a quick 30 seconds in the microwave. I have trash everywhere. What was I saying? I'm having a mature moment. Oh, salted versus unsalted butter. Whew, really, right? Hey, Patricia. Hi, Kimberly. It doesn't really matter. Maybe you have very refined taste buds and you can tell the difference. Maybe I'm just an old home cook. Maybe that's it. I really can't tell the difference whether it is salted butter or unsalted butter. So I kind of use them interchangeably. My daughter loves to bake and my daughter is, very stern about it. If you're baking, you must use unsalted butter. So there you go. If Little Bit is baking, of course, Little Bit is 18. So she's like 5 inches taller than I am. So she's not very little bit anymore, right? Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Jessica, come on and tell everybody hello and tell us the states we're missing. Again, since I can't ever remember. Here's Jessica. She picked today's meals and her birthday was Wednesday. There you go.
Nevada, Montana, Wyoming, and Vermont.
So if you're from any of those states, please let us know because Jessica wants to mark those off of our map to say that we have had fans from all of our states in the United States. So very cool. You can't tell, so you go unsalted. Yeah, Where did I purchase my towels? Well, Sue, I got these from More Polish Pottery as well. These are wet ones. This is a wet one that I wet and use and then stick in the washing machine. And then these are the tea towels. See, it's blue on one side, white on the other. So I got all of these at More Polish Pottery. So there you go. All right, so we have our baking dish. And we put the melted butter, 4 tablespoons, i.e. half a stick, in the bottom. All right, now we're gonna need some graham cracker crumbs. Hello, Ivan from New Mexico. Welcome. Kimberly from South Carolina. Good. All right, look, graham cracker crumbs. I know for those of you who are new, I buy store brand a lot. I'm kind of cheap. All right, once you put the 4 tablespoons of butter in here, the measuring gets way easy. Everything is a cup. Do you remember on Steel Magnolias, Dolly Parton's character, there was some cake, a cup, and it was a cup of this and a cup of that and a cup of something else? This is similar, but it's a 7-layer dip. All right, so we're gonna need 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs. And again, if you wanna divide this up into 2, just do half and half, right? Okay, so I'm gonna sprinkle these in on top of my melted butter. Am I gonna mix it all up? No. This is all about dumping and layering. That's it. Okay, there is my cup. La, la, la. I may use the back of it just to kind of pound it down just a bit. So that it's all even, right? Don't we want it all even? La, la, la. Okay, there we go. 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs. Now, our next, let me get my recipe out. Here we go. The next thing we need is one cup of flaked coconut. Now, I used flaked sweetened coconut. Wholly up to you, but it's a dessert. And once you see everything that goes in here, I mean, come on. No need to skimp on a little bit. Hey, Linda, good to see you. Nikita, hello. All right, 1 cup of sweetened flaked coconut. All right, 1 cup. Hello, 1 cup, get in there. All right, so 1 cup, and again, we're just gonna layer it. This will remind you of a particular candy bar. You'll know which one it is once we get done. Okay, again, you can take the back of you can take your hand or you can take the back of your measuring cup and spread it all out. Hey, Alice, good morning. All right, so now, butter, graham cracker, crumbs, coconut. What's next? Chocolate chips. Yay, chocolate chips. All right, the only chocolate chips I have right now are these minis. I have these little minis. So it doesn't matter. What size is your pan? Patricia, this is a 10 by 7.5. You can use a little bit bigger one. The one I did earlier is a little bit bigger. So you're looking for 10 by 8, right around in there, okay? 63 viewers, I know, right? Okay, chocolate chips. So I didn't have the regular semi-sweet chocolate chips, the milk chocolate chips, anything regular size in the pantry. All I had is the minis. That's fine, use what you got, right? All right, so I'm gonna put 1 cup of chocolate chips. Oh, look, there's a few of the, and again, lid. And again, we're gonna just layer. Lori, good morning. So we're gonna layer the chocolate chips. I made one of these ahead of time because, you know, you gotta let it cook and you gotta let it cool. And so I had my husband take it out of the oven because I had it in the upper oven and I have trouble with my arthritis reaching up there. So he got it out for me and he said to me, all the chocolate chips are not melted. I'm like, it's fine, it's all good. All right, the next thing we need is butterscotch chips. Oh, yes. Butterscotch chips. So, I think butterscotch smells lovely. Good morning, Lori. Okay, so again, 1 cup. Everything is 1 cup. And we're gonna spread those all around. Oh, look how lovely. You don't need a whole lot of this. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay, there it went. All the way down my shirt. I didn't even get it. I was gonna taste one, but no. All right, there we go. There's one. I know, I like this jar too, don't you? So I keep my butterscotch chips in here, and then in this little bitty one, I keep my chocolate chips. So there you go. All right, now, the next thing we need, we're on our next to the last layer. Oh my goodness, Lori's on. Lori is my favorite nurse. She takes care of me. She does. She takes care of me. Hello, Barbara. So the next thing we're gonna do is a can of sweetened condensed milk. Now this is a Nestle's brand, La Lechera. Anyway, sweetened condensed milk, whatever kind you have. All right, there we go. And we're going to drizzle this all the way across, okay? On top. We're not mixing anything up. Just, oh, it's relaxing. It's calming. Looking at the lovely sweetened condensed milk. Oh, covering everything. I was watching, you know, any of you watched Call the Midwife? I was watching Call the Midwife, and, you know, it starts off in the, I can't remember if it starts off in the 40s or the 50s. I can't remember when the first season starts. But, you know, as things go, I noticed that in the UK, they used a whole lot of sweetened condensed milk. I'm just saying. Everything had sweetened condensed milk in it. Yum. All right, our last layer. And some of you know that I am not a nut fan. I'll eat almonds, cashews are okay. but really not a nut fan. This one is okay, only because these are very, this says pecan cookie pieces. Do you guys say pecan or pecan? Jessica says pecan. I tell her, get me the can out. Green piece. Green piece. Okay? I say pecan, right? Although I guess this is a pecan. So Jessica says, do we have any pecans? And I say, yes, we have several pecans. Because I don't pronounce pecan. Oh, Debbie does pecan too. I'm a pecan girl. All right. So again, 1 cup. Pecan. I'm a pecan. So anyway, 1 cup. And again, we're going to sprinkle all the way across the top. Everything is just in a layer. So you don't need a mixing bowl. You don't need a mixing spoon. Looking yummy, but really want to learn to make the tamale casserole. Oh, Barbara, we did that first. Barbara, say it the way you do it. There you go. Pecan. There you go, Casey. We did it, Barbara, but I'm going to show it to you again, and I'll go over the recipe again. But you can watch the replay. Okay. There we go. I'll push this down just a wee tad, and look how beautiful it is. Beautimus, I tell you. 325, about 30 minutes. 20 or 30 minutes. Keep an eye on it, because what'll happen is it'll start getting bubbly around the edges. But don't worry, because like my husband, a Southern friend of mine says pecan is something you keep by your bed at night. I love that. Okay, so anyway, in the oven, 20 to 30 minutes, you'll notice bubbles on the side because those, the sweet condensed milk and the butterscotch chips get together and they have fun and they go blah, 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 blah. So there we go. In the oven we go. Okay. I made it in a little bigger dish this morning because I wasn't certain what Rebecca was going to show. So this one is actually 10.5 by 8.5. So you certainly could use this size as well. Look how beautiful that is. All right, we're gonna get some plates or bowls or whatever. All right, so Barbara, this is what we made for the tamale pie. Now I made a big one, right? You could do it in a 9 by 13. Delina says, nummy, nummy. Hello, Delina. Oh, caramel or caramel? There you go, Lois Ann. I think I say caramel instead of caramel. But there's a different, I don't know, caramel, caramel. Oh, she called them Hello Dolly bars. Well, I've never heard that, but hello Dolly, well, hello. There you go. Okay, silly. Anyway, so for our tamale pie, we started off in a big bowl, 2 pounds cooked hamburger meat, a little taco seasoning on it as it cooks. Then we did a can of corn, drained. A can of pinto beans, drained. A can of diced tomatoes, drained. And a can of red enchilada sauce. Mix it all together, dump it in your baking dish that you sprayed. Then you mix up 2 packages of Jiffy cornbread, 2 eggs, 2/3 cup of milk, 1 4-ounce can of green chilies, and 2 handfuls, about a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. So there you go. They would be Hello Cindy bars. There we go. There we go. Now, so I made it in the big one, but then earlier I took it and divided it into thirds. So one recipe will either make a big 9 by 13 or a big 10 by 10, or these are 8 by 8s. Okay, so we ended up making 2 8 by 8 squares plus this little 9 by 6. All right. So do I think raisins would go in there? I don't know. That would give it a chew, wouldn't it? I'm not certain about the chew. We'll have to see about that. All right. Let's do dessert last. My grandma, they were called Hello Dolly bars. All right, so I'm gonna eat out of the round one just because I can. All right, let me get a spoon. Let me get a spoon. All right. I think I'm going to use, what shall I use? You know what? I got a new plate. Look at this. It's the Diggity Dog one. Hot diggity, dog diggity, ooh, what ya do to me? So we'll use the Diggity Dog for our yumminess. Oh, yum. Okay, here we go. Are you excited? Are you excited? Oh, look, 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 look. Yum, yum, yum. Mm-mm-mm. There we go. Oh, there's a little on the bottom. I'm gonna get out. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Is that the most yummy? Oh, now you're gonna, why do you call it wiener dogs? I know, bow well. Why do I call it a tamale pie? Well, tamales have the seasoned meat inside. Now, granted, it's not ground beef, right? But the outside is a masa. Masa is kind of like a cornmeal. Cornbread has cornmeal in it. So there you go. All right, let's take a big old bite of that. I need to make sure I get a little bit of everything because you know me and my perfect bite. So good. So easy. Dump, dump, dump. There you go. Quite frankly, you could make a bunch of these up in the disposable pans and give them away to people who are shut in, right? That would be good. All right. Okay. The casserole is good. I'm really glad she picked that. Now, we're to here. Okay. Let me see. Let me see what I want to... Oh, we'll try this one. All right. So now, remember I said I made this one in the bigger one? Pardon me. All right. Here's what I want to show you. Can you see this right here? You see how it's bubbled up? That's the sweetened condensed milk and the butterscotch chips have bubbled up on the side. You see that? Oh, cocktail time. You know what? I didn't even make a cocktail today. Bad Cindy. We'll have to come up with something. Maybe we'll go to the cocktail machine. Maybe we'll just go to the cocktail machine. Oh, we already did that. We'll go to the cocktail machine and we'll see what is available for Cindy to drink out of the cocktail machine today. All right? Well, he would have stolen a piece. Well, there you go. All right. Cut, cut, cut. Went around the edges just to make sure. I got another plate. I know, you're like, quit buying Polish pottery. I can't help it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Little bitty plates. I like these little bitty plates. Kind of good for portion control. All right, I really needed to let this cool a little bit longer because it's kind of falling apart. Oh! Cindy made a big old mess. It is not a square. I didn't let it cool long enough. But that's okay, it tastes good. Let the girl, oh, okay, we'll let her pick. All right, so I kind of made it fall apart, but that's okay. All right, so the graham cracker crust on the bottom, coconut, pecans, chocolate chips, milk chocolate, sweetened condensed milk, yum. We did rum chata last week. Okay, ready? Oh, so good. Let's go make a drink. Oh, Hello Dolly's don't have the butterscotch. Oh, okay. Well, see, my mother would know. Okay, ready? Here we go. We're going into my den. I'm going to flip this. I say I'm going to flip it. Nope, that's not the right one. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know how to flip it. Flip. There we go. Okay. Let's pick a drink. Oh, hold on. There we go. Margarita, peach sangria, Moscow Mule, lemon bubbly, whiskey cola, mojito. Don't say Long Island iced tea. I'm not drinking that. Whiskey sour, vodka lemonade, or a Cuban Daiquiri. I don't know what that one is. Okay, so let us pick. Jessica, what are you going to pick? What? That's going to be really alcohol-y. Okay. Pick something nice.
What's that one?
That's a peach sangria. Okay, we're going to go with the Cuban Daiquiri. Okay, so here we go. You ready? This was Philip's Christmas present, okay? All right, so it's by Keurig. It's a DrinkWorks. So you lift up this doodah, and you take the little drink thing, and it already has the alcohol in it, and you set that in there. And then you put the lid down. See, it says Reading Pod. Now, I need a glass. Hold on. Let me get a glass. All right, so here's the glass. I'm going to put the glass underneath there. See, it says place small glass and press start. So there's my glass. I'm going to press start. Ready? Oops, let me make sure. Start. Okay, you ready? See? It says preparing the drink. It's preparing the drink. Let's see what happens. Here it comes. There we go. Alcohol and everything all mixed in there. It's like having a bartender in your house. And it's ta and ah. And then you just recycle. When it's done, you just recycle these little doodles. See? You just recycle them. Okay. And here we go. I'm going to taste, and then we'll let Jess taste. Okay? Hold on. Jessica. Whoa. Whoa. That's pretty yah-yah. Hold on just 1 second. Let me switch the camera around. I don't know how to... Oh, there we go. Here we go. All right, I'm putting you back on so Jess can taste. All right, so here's what it looked like. There you go. It's pretty wah. Oh, she's got the birthday hat on. Ooh. Yeah.
I like that.
Got a zing to it. Ooh. So there you go. We made what was it? A Cuban Daiquiri. Let me just say, it wasn't a Cuba Libre, that's for sure. Whoa, Jess, you have to drink the last one. So, thank you all so much for being here. Today we made tamale pie. Yum, yum, really, just a bunch of dumping stuff. We made a 7-layer bar with all kinds of yummy goodness in there. All recipes that Jessica picked out for her birthday. So, don't forget, as Rebecca told everybody on her show this morning, Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time is Cindy's Kitchen's 200th episode. 200, I tell you. So 200 will be a special day. Drop me a message and tell me what you want me to cook, and I'll look at all the suggestions so we can pick out something. You guys have an awesome day. From my kitchen to your kitchen, may the rest of your weekend be totally yummy. Bye, everybody. See you on Tuesday.